In 1491, if you were to walk into Tenochtitlan, the capital of the Aztec Empire, you would be entering one of the most sophisticated cities on the planet. Built on an island in the middle of a lake, it was home to over 200,000 people, larger than almost any city in Europe at the time. The Spanish conquistadors who first saw it were so stunned they thought it was an enchantment from a dream. But this wasn't magic, it was the pinnacle of Mesoamerican engineering. How do you feed a massive city built on water? The Aztecs invented chinampas, or floating gardens. These were artificial islands created by layering mud and vegetation within wicker frameworks anchored to the lakebed by willow trees. These gardens were so fertile they could produce up to 7 crops a year, providing a constant stream of food that allowed Tenochtitlan to grow into a global superpower without ever needing to rely on unpredictable rainfall. While European cities of the 15th century were plagued by filth and disease, Tenochtitlan was meticulously clean. The city had a dedicated force of 1,000 street sweepers, and waste was collected and used as fertilizer for the chinampas. Beyond hygiene, the Aztecs were pioneers in social organization. They were among the first in the world to implement universal, mandatory education. Regardless of gender or social rank, every child was required to attend school to learn history, religion, and the arts of war or craft. The Aztecs were not just engineers, they were the heart of a powerful triple alliance that controlled most of central Mexico through a sophisticated tributary system. Their worldview was driven by a sacred duty to keep the sun in motion through ritual and sacrifice, a belief that fueled their massive temple construction and their status as the dominant military force in the region. They were a civilization of contradictions, capable of breathtaking poetry and art, yet defined by a rigid, militaristic order. The Aztecs proved that a city doesn't need solid ground to reach for the heavens. They turned a swamp into a masterpiece of urban planning and sustainability, creating a legacy of engineering and social structure that remains one of the greatest achievements of the human spirit.